Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Dadisi na Mdarisi. Today, we are delighted to have the guest of honor of the day, this Chief Executive Officer of the Media Council of Kenya, Mr. David Omwoyo. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Unaendeleaje?
Mzima.
Yes.
Naendelea kuwa Malindi.
Karibu Malindi. Wanasema kuingia pwani rahisi, kutoka ni ngumu. Sijui kama utatoka.
Anaingia pwani mara ya kwanza rahisi kuondoka, lakini kama mmezoea kuingia na kutoka, sasa mimi nitatoka tu ili niweze kuja wakati mwingine, kwa maana nisipoondoka itakujaje tena?
Karibu sana kwenye podcast yetu Dadisi na Mdarisi. Ukija hapa tunakudadisi.
Basi. Karibu niambie.
Asante. Na bwana CEO, tukianza kwa haraka ni kwamba podcast and digital platform are shaping how people and Kenyans consume news and information. And how is the Media Council of Kenya positioning itself to regulate and support emerging platforms like podcast and still safeguard the traditional media?
I would say that the question is two-pronged. Number one is that if you read the history of the origin of media, our ancestors used either the smoke signal, or they blew the horn, or they gave people messages to run cross valleys to deliver. That was information delivered. Then, of course, we came to the press, which was a very slow system and all that. Then the radio signal, which was sent and all that. So really the point is, it's two things to try to defend the platforms. And I think I'm more about the integrity of the information, because it's beyond the work of the council to defend platforms. If, for example, we had 9 TV channels, then digital migration came, then we have many of them and all that, and there was no internet. So it's not about really defending the platforms. It's trying to make sure that we protect the integrity of the information across platforms.
Yes.
And because the actors are so many, we move out to define professional content creators, media, and journalists.
Yes.
Then we say that in internet governance, there's a concept we call the law of the horse. The law of the horse is founded that you don't need to set a new law for every animal around.
Yes.
You can set general regulations about how animals operate. So therefore we say, if you are a professional journalist, media professional, content creator, we have a general code of ethics which binds all media professionals. So if you're a media professional on newspaper, we expect you to be a media professional on TV, on your podcast, on TikTok, and all others. So what we have done is that we are now moving and trying to regulate journalists on the platforms. And that's why earlier today I spoke that journalists working in a newsroom work as a group. And now they're going to be doing stuff on their own. And therefore we are trying to be able to accompany them and regulate them as independent journalists, actors, or media professionals or content creators, so that if you have subscribed to the media code of ethics, we will, number one, watermark your podcast or channel and all that, and say this podcast is regulated by the Media Council of Kenya. Yes. So it's like when you see a TV, this TV was licensed, and then they pay on your subscriptions and all that and all that. And we think that will give you credibility to even get advertisements from government and other international agencies. Number 2, we will give you training. Number 3, we will give you accreditation, so that then, therefore, even if you do not work in a specific big media house, because many of those are going down now, you are a professional journalist and you are a member of the profession. It's just like law. You can have a lawyer working in a big law firm where they do conveyancing and all that, and there are 500 lawyers, or you have a single law firm. But as long as you are accredited, you're allowed to practice. So we are moving now to regulate channels and all that. And now in the channels, we are very clear that it's not our work to regulate everybody. Only media professionals who come, are trained, accredited, and then their channels are monitored. That's why we are trying to acquire strategic AI-powered monitoring tools, because those channels are many. if we have to quickly scan 20,000 TikTok channels and all that, we will need to do that. So you notice that we are moving, we are accompanying our journalists, and not just to monitor and regulate, and training and capacity building. From time to time, we've been helping community radios and media with the basic equipment when we could, cameras, recorders, laptops, and all that. Now we are trying to design skills in mobile journalism and all that. So really, we are doing both regulation and development in the broadest sense, and accompanying our journalists. Even as you leave the newsroom, we don't condemn you to go and die and wait to be called for your funeral, but we proceed to.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, we are seeing very, very increased and verified news across the social media. Seeing that we are going to political and electioneering here, and you can see the different groups in politics that are coming, the Linda Mwananchi, the Linda Ground team. So there are a lot of unverified information circulating on the social media. What is the practical steps that a media council is taking so that to protect the public from misinformation and also protecting the freedom of expression?
Number one, we primarily protect the freedom of the media, primarily.
Yes.
So we make sure, and then it's freedom of the media and professionalism in the media. We make sure that our verified media platforms, through capacity building and through regulation and all that, only carry out information that is being verified,
Yes.
and that's within the ethics.
Yes.
But then you move close and realize then we have the consumers, the public. That's why we have a media information literacy program telling the public how to verify that information. So that if you walk around social media, because social media is a jungle, the Media Council has no capacity or legal mandate to regulate social media. But we can regulate certain actors on social media who are our professionals.
Yes.
Because then the media can use their content on social media.
Yes.
So the purpose of media information literacy is twofold. Number one, for the journalist to tell you that when you see some content on social media, don't just grab it and throw it onto your platform, because your platform is verified and is where people come to seek the truth. Verified, either through fact checking or through calling back, the normal journalistic standards. But now also for the media consumers is that if you see anything on social media, don't just retweet it. Verify also. Go back to certain verified channels to see kama nimeona watu wakisema porojo huku kwenye mitandao, lakini je, mwanahabari fulani amesema? Je, shirika fulani limesema? So hayo ni mafunzo ambayo tunawapa wale wananchi, the consumers, that when you see anything on social media, do not believe it until you have seen it on the following verified channels. Yes.
Thank you. And many young media practitioners outside, let's give an example in Kilifi, are producing very impactful stories, very impactful contents. Are there opportunities of mentorship for them to ensure that whatever work they are doing outside there become impactful back to their life? Are there opportunity of mentorship within the Media Council of Kenya?
Yes, you must look at mentorship twofold. Formal mentorship and informal mentorship. Formal mentorship is structured and little. We will get somebody to talk to the people. Informal mentorship is the internship program that then allows these young people to be attached to professional content creators like yourself and others so that they learn. Because you can mentor a person to try to reshape their thinking and all that, but you can't mentor them to the end. The purpose of mentorship is to introduce new frames of thinking to the mentee. So yes, we have a mentorship program. We have been running that, I think, for several years. We run some attachment and internship program where we work with 67 media houses and attach young journalists with them, and we give the journalists a stipend for transport and food, and we support the media houses. And so you see now when we move and verify these independent content creators and their platforms as professional, then we will attach people there. I need to let you know, and I will hope I'm allowed to mention two here, that we already work with online-only media platforms, the
Yes.
Tuko, Nairobi Leo. They are officially recognized media houses in our place. We even send Alex Chamwada, Champs Media. I've seen the Kenya Times. So we have several. We don't just deal with newspapers and TV. We have already started doing that. We're just going to amplify that. If you call, Alex Chamwada, Champs Media is Chamwada. So it would still get. So if you have your platform and you have teams of producers and all that and subscribe, sisi we will join you wherever you go, chini juu, on TikTok and wherever, we'll be there to work with you.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, as we wrapped up this conversation, Bwana CEO, we are currently in a period of accreditation. The cards are always renewed after every year and at the beginning of the year. What is the important for that content creator, that podcaster, that journalist outside there to be accredited by the Media Council of Kenya?
Number one, the rights and the privileges of any journalist or media professional are enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya. They are enshrined in the UN Charter and other regulations, including the Berlin Declaration on the Society to Protect Journalists.
Yes.
Number two is that you have then access to places which are public interest, and with the Media Council card, you can access all public offices and seek for information and all that. And number three, if someone is aggrieved by your content, they do not report you to the police. They report you to the Media Council as the body mandated to set media standards and ensure their compliance. Yes, so that is, I think that is as good as it gets. So it's not just a card that you hold to, so it helps you attend public functions. You have the authority to ask questions to public figures and all that. You then are allowed that the work that you do is professional work that is regulated and mediated differently. So you are protected from other quasi-judicial processes and all that. Your matters will not be taken to the local chief and all that if you are a professional content creator and you work on a verified platform.
Yes. Lastly, Bwana CEO, we have a new code of conduct.
Yes.
And majority of the media house still are not yani hawajaijua vizuri, they are not exposed to the new code of conduct that was adopted recently. Are there mechanism that from your office you are going to put in place to ensure that the new code of conduct is with that journalist yule wa chini kabisa? Because
Yes.
some are still operating with the former code of
Yes, two things broadly. Number one, it's on our website.
Yes.
Number two, we are printing several copies, I think more than 10,000 copies, so it will go down. And number three, we are working on the training modalities and program countrywide for the new code of conduct,
Yes.
which will be rolling out soon. So yes, there are modalities, because that is our full-time job.
Yes.
It's about, we were working on the work plan and all that, the numbers and all that, and then you get the budgets. Takes a bit of process, but really it is not. It's a moral duty and a legal duty for us to do that. And yes, we are planning.
Thank you, Bwana CEO. I want you to focus on camera one.
Camera one is which one?
This one here.
Yes.
So that you can talk to that young podcaster outside there who want to venture into the world of podcasting. And two, there's just a rigid journalist outside there who still says radio, TV, I cannot do podcasting, and now it is here with us. We have to embrace it. Someone still feeling outside that podcast has come to overtake radio. What can you tell them?
Truth of the matter is that the podcast, internet, those are just platforms.
Yes.
The slogan we have in the media sector is that content is king and queen. Good content is king and queen and all that. Radio and TV, those are just platforms. Those are gadgets. Radio is just a box in the house, or TV is just a box in the house. The secret is make sure that your content is available in as many places as possible. So it's like if you come and say, I give these examples and analogies that supermarkets would have come and say, home deliveries have come to replace supermarkets. But now supermarkets have evolved and realized we are getting home deliveries. We have partnered with the delivery companies. They come and pick from supermarkets and take there. So generate your content for the radio and put it on multiple platforms, because the consumer is, why should I need to buy a radio to listen to something I can get on my mobile phone immediately? So if anybody says that podcast is replacing radio, that person is you are in a time warp, and you're just lost, because even innovative radio stations have their own podcasts. What a podcast has done is that if I miss your program, it is put available in a platform. I can come and access it later. So a podcast has taken away the need for time and all that. And then I can access it without necessarily going to the radio. And I just go to my phone or laptop. We have the BBC podcast, I know that. And I know several podcasts done by professional radio. So if you have a content for radio, do your content for radio. Get technical know-how. Get a few young people, agile people like this team at Maono. They will convert the same content into podcast. They want to cut it into pieces and all that. Don't start saying that podcast is taking away radio. The uniqueness of podcast is that it takes away the element of time. For you to be on your radio program, I must sit here and put the radio beside me to listen. But if it's a podcast, you come, put your content where we usually find it. When I get time later in the evening or in a day's time, I'll follow the podcast. That is the very unique feature that has done. So evolve or you disappear. To the young person, there is a space for good content. But just be patient. Impatience shouldn't lead you to engage in a lot of disinformation, fake news, defamation stories, or some horror stories, or some pornography and all that, because you think it sells fast. If it rises too fast, it will fall too fast. If you do good content consistently, you will rise consistently and you'll stay at the top for a longer time. So be patient. Get mentorship, get training, but make sure you look for quality content, because then you will have quality. You'll have quality and consistent followers, and you will have sufficient income from that.
Asante. Thank you so much Bwana CEO, na hapo ndio tunamalizia. Pia najua we will post this one after. Asante kwa kutuandalia waandishi wa Kilifi iftar.
Karibuni sana na karibuni leo jioni ili katika iftari yetu.
Asante. So ladies and gentlemen, hapo ndio tunaiachia leo our episode of Dadisi na Mdarisi. Imekuwa furaha sana kuzungumza na CEO, afisa mkuu mtendaji Media Council of Kenya. Kwa niaba ya producer wangu Zainab Zahor ambaye amekuwa nyuma ya kamera, nimemwona Shampoos Media ambaye pia amekuwa nyuma ya kamera. Tunawashukuru sana kwa kuhakikisha kwamba umefanikisha jambo hili. Tukutane tena next time, same place, the same time. Asante.